I get questions all the time about, I got a head in the freezer, I want to pull it out and clean it, is it still good? I don't think I've ever had a better example than what I have right here on the table. This bear, confirmed, has been in the freezer for over 20 years. It is actually tagged, been in the bottom of the freezer. It is completely dry and adhered. Just a great scenario to run some tests and find out if it will come clean. And I am 100% confident that it'll look brand new when we're done and there's nothing wrong with it. I do encourage you to jump in the freezer, pull them critters out, and let's start getting them clean. You owe it to them to put them on the wall out of respect. So it's pretty well frozen, but I'm gonna do a little cutting. The back of that bear's head is right there, so this is all excess. And then I'm gonna put it right down in the pot. I think I'm gonna boil it without doing a big soak, because I think all that dry stuff I can cut off. So let's get to cutting.
It's good to be back. So you know the drill. Take off everything you can with a knife before you put it in the pot to boil. When something has been in the freezer for a really long time, the dehydration, the freezer burn, only penetrates to a certain level. When you have meat left on it, it insulates the bone from the burn. In this case, everything was good. 20-some years in there, and I still had red raw meat. So I've skinned what I could, removed the jaw, I put it in a pot, give it a little bit of OxiClean, and bring it to a boil. Once it's boiled long enough to split the skin on the top of the nose, I'm ready to start power washing. Use whatever you got to power wash with. I use a little Greenworks 1600 PSI 110 volt power washer. I get it at Lowe's for 99 bucks, and they don't pay me anything to say it. Just a really good little unit. You want to just start spraying that thing. Any brown meat, spray it. If you've got red raw meat below it, you're going to reboil till it turns brown, then spray. Keep in mind, every hole, every orifice, every cloaca, anywhere that there's a little area where you can get tissue, debris, meat, tendon, anything of the sort, it's got to come off. In skull cleaning, rule number 1, always, always get them clean. Once that skull is clear of all of its ucky stuff, we're going to put it in a pot, same pot, and I'm going to add a solution of 40% by volume liquid peroxide and water in a 50-50 mix, a WHITEBONE Creations special. and then I'm going to bring that pot to a boil. You can expect it to start foaming once it hits a boil. The second it gets there, I turn that pot way down so I'm not losing product. I leave that bear skull in there for about 5 minutes at a boil, and then I shut it down and rinse it clean. You gotta make sure you're rinsing off that mix. Otherwise, if it dries on there, it will continue to chemical burn the skull and etch the bone. The peroxide is whitening and degreasing. Once it's dry, and if you have oily or greasy marks showing through the skull, you can redo this if the bone structure is strong. Keep in mind, it's not always gonna take all the oil out. Oil and color in a skull is inherent to that animal. Don't get excited if it's not gin clear and white. Not all of them are designed that way. Be happy with the finished product. If it's clean, all that color coming through is its own little trademark. Last step, as you were watching, on a dry skull, I give it one nice coat of flooring mop and glow to seal the bone, make it dust free, and give it a nice light shine and smell.
All right, about time we got a film out. I got so much stuff in the hopper. When I do start releasing these, you should be entertained for some time. So this bear, 20 years in the freezer. It's got quite the sheen on it. I give it a heck of a chemical boil. It actually removed a layer. It started to color up, so I give it 3 or 4 boils in the chemical. And I knew I was probably taking it a bit far, but it turned out great. It's got a great hand feel. It's super smooth. But I think it will color up in a few areas in years to come. That's all right. She has recovered from the freezer. Thanks for always watching. Till next time. I don't need a catchphrase. Till next time. Till next time.